Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of A Conversation in Isolation with Sonia Rossi. This is a special episode as it's the end of the year and it's post-Christmas. I hope everyone is enjoying some time off and I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. What have you been up to this week? I know that it's been a very strange year. This 2020. Hi Lena, how are you? And I hope that everyone has been keeping safe and healthy, as I know that many people around the world have spent Christmas in lockdown and far from their loved ones. So my heart goes out to all of you who've been possibly alone or far from your family during this special time. Today I'm welcoming a guest who is joining us from the States. I'm very excited to be speaking to her today. Her name is Ashley, and she's in Florida at the moment. Hi, here she is, the Aunt of Dragons. So I'm very excited to welcome her in, and I think in Florida it's Sunday evening. So it's Monday morning in Australia, and let's have a chat in the States. How is everyone doing today? It's Monday morning here in Sydney. It's quite interesting to do a live on a Monday morning. I haven't done that before. Hey!
Hey girl, hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
You too.
Welcome. It's lovely to have you here on my last episode of the year, 2020.
Oh, I didn't know this was your last. Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
Oh, welcome. And how's your Sunday been so far? I know that it's Sunday evening for you over there.
I mean, it's been productive, always working.
I see. I know you're a busy girl.
I try.
Yeah. And how did you have a good Christmas? Do you celebrate Christmas?
We didn't gather as a family, but we still communicate with one another. So it was so nice to communicate with one another. God, that phrase is so hard for me. One another.
One another, yes, like a tongue twister.
Yeah, it's so weird. I can't say that all in one sentence.
Well, welcome, Ashley. Welcome, everyone joining us on live Instagram. And also, remember, it will also be up on YouTube and Spotify, this episode. So I'm very excited today. It's interesting for me to do this on a Monday morning because I usually...
Can I pause a few seconds so I can turn off my fan because it's too loud on my end?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Got my coffee. What is everyone having this morning? If you're in Australia, it must be coffee time or tea time. My coffee. To keep me going. So, Ashley, first of all, can I say that I was inspired by you because of your Instagram name, the Aunt of Dragons.
Yes.
I love it. How did that come about?
So it is a Game of Thrones reference. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Not really. I've heard a lot about. I watched one episode, one episode, I think, but I didn't get into it. I should probably watch it again.
You shouldn't. No one should. It's very bloody.
Okay.
It's very bloody and very gory.
Hey Jennifer, that's a friend of mine. Hey Lena. Yes, I heard that it's quite violent. I think actually when I watched it, I thought, oh my God, what is this about? And then I didn't get into it.
True. Yeah. So one of the main characters, Daenerys Targaryen, she's titled the Mother of Dragons, and I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. I don't know how I started reading it, but when I first got Instagram, I was like, I want to be the Mother of Dragons, but it was already taken. So my mind immediately went to obviously the aunt, and it just kind of stuck from there.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's
so cool.
It was totally random. It was completely random.
It's interesting. You see it and you think, oh, what's this about? You know, like I'm interested in seeing people's Instagram handles and how they created their names, because they're often not their names. You know, they're like some kind of creation. So it's interesting. So tell me, Ashley, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? We know that you're in Florida. What
Yes,
do
I
you
am.
do?
Yes. So yeah. So so right now I work from home, and then I guess I YouTube and vlog, but I don't really I don't really like that kind of title. I have
Okay.
a background in theater and performance arts. I have a
Oh,
bachelor's degree. Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in theater and a minor in humanities, but like no one really cares about minors anymore. But so I
oh
performed
wow.
for over 10 years of my life, and then I stopped because it became very unnecessarily stressful,
I
unnecessarily
see.
like yeah, necessarily like tedious. And then I was dating a guy at the time, and we broke up, and I was completely devastated because like in my mind he was the one, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So my mindset is always like I don't want to be sad. It's
Right.
I don't like to like I don't know like I feel like everyone likes to be sad. Everyone likes to like sit in their
Mm,
sadness, and I'm like I just want to get it out the way. You know, like
wow.
yeah, like if I break my leg, like what do I need to do to like to fix my leg tomorrow? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So something a lot of influencers, YouTubers, motivational coaches, psychologists said was to write down your feelings. I don't write.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
so I took upon myself was to record myself every day and say, how are you doing? And I did that
Amazing.
every day for like 3 months. And
Wow.
I uploaded the videos unintentionally
Okay.
one day on YouTube because I was like taking too much space on my phone. But I didn't know I was uploading it publicly, and
Oh,
people were receptive to it. So I just kept going with it. And I've been doing that ever since.
wow. So that's because I've been looking at your YouTube channel and the name, the Breakup Diaries. That's the name of your channel, and it's been like a blog, hasn't it? Like a video blog
Yeah,
since you started.
yeah.
So interesting. And you've been also noticed interviewing people recently. Is that something you've added to your
I that
channel?
that's I've I've been vlogging on and off for the past 3 years.
Wow, that's a
So
long
that's
time.
yeah, yeah. So that's something that started 3 years ago. I went to go visit my friend in
Mm,
Orlando, and I was like, let's perform a monologue together because we're both performing artists. And she was like, I didn't memorize it. And I was like, let's just talk to the camera. And
yeah.
I would have occasionally invite people on, but like not very
Oh,
seriously. But this
okay.
past year, I've taken it very seriously because I'm like, oh, they're teaching me something that I'm not aware of, and I want to learn.
Wow. Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Oh, wow. I studied theatre too, actually, years ago. I did a bit of theatre.
Oh, really?
What a coincidence. Yeah. When
That's so
I was living in
awesome.
Italy, and I studied theatre and acting, and I did it for about quite a while actually. 3 years in Rome. I was living in Rome,
Wow. Wow.
and then I moved back to Torino, which is the north where my parents live, and I was part of an English acting company there, actually theatre company. Hi Emre, hi Gabi, some of my friends, and yeah, so I performed in Italian and English in theatre. It was amazing. It was great fun.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. It's
Yeah.
such a different feeling, right?
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. And also using, the two languages. So I had chance to act in English and Italian as well. So it's quite different actually, because Italian I think is sometimes more expressive. So it feels like you're expressing more somehow. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You speak Italian?
I do. I'm half my dad's Italian.
What other languages do you speak?
Well, I studied French and German in high school, but I can only understand a little bit of French. I can't really speak it that well. I should pick it back up, I think, probably. And German,
I
no.
want to ask you a
I don't
question,
even
but
know
then
the.
like I want to ask you a
Sorry?
question, but then I want to ask you a question, but then it's kind of like if you ask me if I know someone who lives in America, it's like America is so big, but like I only know
Yeah.
one person who lives in Australia, but like I'm sure like you guys don't know each other, but because it's so big, you know.
Right, exactly. Well, you never know. Look, you never know. If they're in Sydney, look, it's a small world anyway. Oh gosh. Okay, so Ashley has this YouTube channel called Breakup Diaries. That's how you can find her, and she's been blogging and interviewing some really interesting people. I think I remember some musicians and writers. Is that right? Are they people you know, or you happen to meet?
Happen to meet. This always
Oh
happens to me. Yeah.
gosh, amazing. Okay, well, talking about this year, this crazy 2020, and what we've all been through, and I know that in the States at the moment, I won't go into that because I know it's quite a bad situation. But if we go back to, let's say, the beginning, March, April, how did it start in your area, and how did it affect your life back in the beginning?
That's so funny.
COVID.
So I'm definitely going to come from a selfish and biased point of view because
Okay.
at the beginning I was currently dating a guy, and
Okay.
he and I were not taking this very seriously. But we were put in the situation where we moved back into my mom's house. And in my
Right.
mindset, I thought that was like, oh, we're taking a relationship to the next level. It
Yeah.
wasn't that at all. It was more of like, he's
Okay.
dropping me off. And I didn't know that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. 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 So, at the beginning of the pandemic, like I got my heart broken.
Oh no.
which,
Okay.
which, which I think is kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't, this sounds sound so bad.
No, no.
I kind of like not being around people.
Okay. Okay.
I kind of like
Fair enough.
not. It's not mandatory. I can say when I'm going out to Walmart or going to local wine bar, social
Yeah.
distance when I talk to each other because like I'm not ready to talk to people right now.
Right. Right. So in a way, it's this because I'm sure you've been through isolations and lockdown in Florida as well, right? During this year.
Yeah, yeah,
So in a way, it hasn't been that bad in the sense that you're in a stage where you're actually quite happy not to be in a big
yeah,
crowd, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's no. I understand that. I understand that. I think there's definitely been some advantages to being in lockdown and isolation, especially if you haven't been like in the mood to see people and
Yeah.
yeah. Gosh. So you've been with your mum at home? How's that been?
Terrible.
Interesting.
Awful. I remember, yeah, it reminds me why I left in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Ups and yeah,
Yeah.
it must be fun and also ups and downs. I mean, I remember when I moved out and then I moved back in at a certain point with my parents, and it was interesting because you know how we grow and we change, and it's hard to live again with your family once you've moved out because you have different routines and schedules, and you've just grown. It's hard to fit back in, I think, right?
Or like no, not it's not fit back in. It's more like the pattern has never changed for them, and it's like,
Uh,
oh, my routine has changed for myself, and like I need
yeah,
to adapt to yours, and it's like, no, I don't want to adapt to that because I'm not 12 anymore. You know,
that's
like you can't walk into me
that's
on the
right.
bathroom anymore. Like that's not okay. You know, like
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh gosh. So actually, what would you say? What would you say? So you've been quite busy with your YouTube channel and your Instagram lives. What would be one positive thing you've learned about yourself during this year, this crazy 2020? About yourself or about life?
I know nothing.
Oh,
That I know nothing. That there is something I've realized a lot about adults is,
Mm.
I'm sure a lot of your, I mean, all of your followers are adults, but we don't really
Yeah.
act like it. Like, there's really no
Yeah.
a definition of an adult, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I thought that, like, specifically with me and my ex, I thought we were being, like, open and honest with each other the whole time, but I'm like, oh, no,
Yeah.
you're thinking something completely different from me. Like, with me and
Right.
my family right now, I'm like, oh, no, like, we're completely on separate pages, but we're all supposed to be
That's right.
adults. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't get this whole life thing at all. But
Yeah.
it's okay because, like, I want to understand why people think that the way that they do, which is why I like
Yes.
inviting guests onto my channel, because, like, if it's whether it's a South Coast rapper, or whether it's a health expert, or whether it's a sex coach, I want to understand why people think the way that they do. And
That's fascinating.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
I can't do that all within 6 months. Maybe it'll take
Right.
like 5 years, but
Yeah.
I'm slowly trying to understand that people meet you where they are in life.
That's
And
true. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And when they're ready as well, because sometimes you think, as you're saying, I completely agree with you. Adults, who is an adult exactly? And adults can
yeah.
be so. You never know what people are thinking, basically, and how they behave and why they behave like that. So it's
Especially
fascinating
with
to.
this. Excuse me,
Yeah.
forgive me for cutting you off, but especially I don't know how you guys are treating it in Australia, but
Yeah.
in America with this pandemic, where it's like our government's telling us what to do and how to behave, but everyone's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I'm like, why are
Mm.
we listening to people in charge? It's so
That's right.
strange, like we're all acting like kindergartners, like
Yeah,
who are
it's true.
rebelling.
It's true.
It's so strange, and it's
Yeah.
like, and it's our
It
parents
is.
who are rebelling, and like you told us to listen to the police, but now we shouldn't listen to the police. It's so
Yeah.
strange.
It is. It is. It's been a fascinating year to see how people have just decided not to, follow the rules and just, no, I'm not going to wear a
Yeah,
mask, because that's invading my, whatever it is, privacy or freedom or whatever. It's like, yeah, you're right. They're just not, people are strange. Let's say
and
that.
like you guys have like speed limit signs.
Yes, we do. Yep. Yep.
Why do we need speed limit signs to tell you to slow down?
It's a good question.
Why do we
What
have
do you think?
labels on cigarette packages saying this is going to kill you?
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
strange that we need those reminders. Why do we have celebrities telling us to vote? We shouldn't need that.
I see what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's true. Gosh. Well,
Sorry.
no, I love this. I think it's fascinating that you're learning so much from all these people that you speak to, and I think it's true. You never really. It's a process, isn't it? Meeting people around the world and seeing why they do what they do and what's behind it, because we never really know why people behave the way they do. It's a
Yeah.
bit of a mystery, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? Gosh, so different to our expectations as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, gosh. Would you say that 2020 has changed the way you look at life, or?
For me personally, from a bias point of view, no, not at all.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
think that yeah, nothing has really changed for me perspective wise. I think that it's
Okay.
helped me to reinstill my patterns that I lost when I was dating my ex-boyfriend. But I think for
Okay.
everyone else, I think it's been an eye opener for them. Whatever they want to say is their third eye or whatever the whole cliche
Yeah.
thing is. Like we're
Yeah.
starting to realize that, oh, hey guys, a lot of stuff is wrong, and this
Yes.
pandemic has shown it to us. So
That's
it's
right.
our job to highlight and stop being quiet about it. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's revealed a lot of
Reveal.
issues that
That's
were
what I'm
there.
looking for.
I was reading an article actually yesterday about this, that it's just revealed how many issues there are in the world and how we've just, been living life, maybe pretending. Hi, Giorgio. Pretending, well, not pretending, but things have been taboos. We haven't been talking about them, and this year has opened everything up, uh,
Yeah.
like Pandora's box in a way, right? It's just like, whoa, look what's happening, and see.
Oh wow. That's really
Yeah.
good. That's really good comparison.
Do you think?
Wow.
I
Oh my
just
God,
suddenly
I
thought of that.
do. I do. I mean, I think a
Because
lot of things have. Sorry, I cut you off.
no, you go, you go.
I mean, we were on a roll with like all the pretty things, with all the Disney movies and all the Marvel
Oh,
movies,
yes.
and all the people like that were taken out of office, all the people who were assassinated, and like, we're thinking that everything is fine, but
Yes.
everything is
Yeah,
not fine for
absolutely.
everyone. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been,
and
yeah, I think it's quite a big thing to talk about, isn't it? You realize that because we've been forced to isolate and to not do our normal things, right? Working from home and everything's changed. It's put everything in perspective, I think, as well.
hmm
Yeah.
did you do a big gathering for your family?
Sorry?
Did you do a big gathering for your family?
I had a very small gathering because in Sydney at the moment we had to have some cases, but um, it's not as bad as other countries in Australia at the moment. So they've just limited gatherings a little bit, but not as bad. No. So we're being careful, wearing masks when we're outside and everything, but we were still able to have a small family gathering. Yeah, yeah. But in other countries, obviously, it's been horrible. I know a lot of people have been alone for Christmas and things like that. So it's hard. It's hard, to keep feeling positive and happy when everything's happening like that, and you just feel completely alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the States as well. I'm sure that a lot of people have been by themselves. Yeah. Gosh. So would you say that you don't feel too different now that we come to the end of this year?
I oddly feel happier, but because, like I said,
Oh,
at the beginning of the pandemic, I was heartbroken.
yeah,
Uh, if you look at my channel, The Breakup Diaries,
yeah.
I I couldn't sleep. My mom
Wow.
slept in bed with me for a month. I didn't
God.
shower. I didn't brush my
Oh,
teeth. I I I tried to do everything I could to
mm,
try to get out of this funk of I was deceived. I was lied
right.
to. I really thought that the key was the one. Like why would you come meet my family if you didn't think, like it makes no
Yeah.
sense to me. Which is why I said
Mm,
like I'm trying to figure out why adults think the way that they do, you know?
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yes. No. Absolutely.
yeah, so like I said, I enjoy the social distancing. I enjoy working on my immune system because I do work out
Okay.
regularly. I take vitamins every day. I
Fantastic.
think
Yeah.
everyone should do that. Like one of the
Mm,
biggest cases is the fact that like you're not taking care of your health. So like
yes.
no
Yeah.
one's stopping you from just going for a jog around your neighborhood at all.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so relaxing, you know?
Mm, yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic. So you're more serene, I would say, now that we come to the end of this year. A bit more serene with yourself. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
back to
great.
my old self. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean, gosh. Yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to ask you. So, how have you've kept active during this year with a lot of workouts and your blog? What would you recommend people around the world that are maybe stuck again in a lockdown and isolation? How to keep positive mentally and fit? What would you recommend?
So I feel like you're hinting at something. So so I take jujitsu classes. So it's a lot of
Oh,
physical stuff.
yeah,
I would
that's
not
great.
recommend everyone do that
Okay,
because
that's inspiring. Jiu-jitsu.
it scares a lot of people. So I wouldn't recommend you do that. But
Okay.
um something in your home, staying active in your home. My morning
Yes.
routine, establishing a morning routine, period, in general. My morning routine consists of first thing in the morning. It's a bit harder recently, but I try to. I
Okay.
try to every day. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I smile. Even if I'm
Great.
like, even if I have to do it, roll my eyes, or like there's tears rolling down my eyes, I smile. And then
Okay.
I roll over. I do not check my messages, which is why it takes me so long to check my messages in the morning.
Yes. Good idea.
It doesn't matter. But I roll over and I put on a meditation video and I meditate for 30 minutes. And then I go to some
Beautiful.
kind of workout, whether it's if my immune system feels weak, I don't go to the gym. I go for a run, I go for a bike ride, but I do that for 30 to 45 minutes. And then I take a shower and then I reply to my messages. So that this is like a 2-hour routine before I even talk to anyone in the
Wow.
outside world.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You must feel so different after you've done all of this. Very, very peaceful and
Sometimes.
relaxed.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Some mornings I'm like, this is so stupid. This is so pointless. Like, I'm not seeing any change. Like,
Yeah.
like, because I've been doing this for the past, like, what month is it? It's December. It's January. And I'm like, I'm still here in my mom's house and I'm still broke. Like, what else do I have to do? It feels so pointless a lot of times.
Right. Right. Look, I'm sure. Look, I haven't been doing all of that, but I have been starting my day, going for walks, and trying not to check my phone, meditation, maybe a bit of yoga, and just opening up, relaxing, and to start the day. Because I think, as you said, if you just check your phone straight away, you get completely. It's like an invasion, isn't it? News, everything, people chatting to you, asking you stuff. Like, no, I just need a bit of peace and quiet in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. My mum always says that it's good to do some writing in the morning, but I know that I'm not sure if that's something that you just writing, like morning pages. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I vlog in the morning.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. So if everyone's listening, let us know what your morning routine is, because this is really inspiring. I'm very curious to hear how other people are facing this last month of 2020. And what kind of message would you give people around the world that are at this time of the year, and they may be in isolation as well? I know probably you're not in isolation at the moment, but going through a difficult time. What would you say to them to keep thinking positive? Hello? Oh. Ashley? Are you there? Uh-oh. I think we have some issues with internet. Let's have a look, see if she's here. Oh, okay, I'm going to invite her in again. Welcome, everyone. How has your day been so far? I'm having a fantastic chat to Ashley in Florida. Come stai, Giorgio? Happy Christmas, everyone. I hope you've had a lovely Christmas and looking forward to New Year's Eve. What are your plans for New Year's Eve? Ooh. Okay, I'll just see if Ashley can join us again.
Sorry.
Hey! That's okay. All good?
Do you speak Spanish too?
No, I can understand a little bit because it's similar to Italian, but I can't speak it, no. I really would like to study it, though.
You're so cool.
Oh, thanks. So are you. You are so cool, too. What were we saying? I think we were talking about, oh, yes, what message would you give people that are maybe struggling this time of the year after what we've been through to keep positive mentally, obviously?
Okay, okay, this is going to sound a little negative, but like bear with me.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool to be sad. I think it's kind of
Okay.
cool to be depressed. And I think that everyone who kind of professed the past since 9/11 in America, since 9/11,
Yeah.
that they were so sad and depressed and that they hate people, they want to be around people. I think we're starting to realize that we need people. We
Yeah.
need that kind of connection with one another.
Yes.
And the fact that you're still here right now shows that there's a purpose for you to be here. So how can you use that lack of connection to bring each other together? And the fact that you're still here shows that, and yet you smiled. Every
Yes.
morning, and yet you smiled. Every morning, and yet you showed up. And I feel like it's kind of, again, once again, it's going to sound a little weird, but every 4 years in America, there's always a kind of pandemic, but this is like one of the worst ones with
Mm.
with anthrax happened, and then I
Oh.
can't this is one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
So let's, rather than being so sad and so dreary and hating the world, why don't we use this time to connect with each other more often, like you and I connecting with in Australia? Like, what?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like,
Isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's given a lot of opportunities to connect and meet people online, Instagram, Facebook, social media in general, YouTube, and so many connections have been formed this year that I was saying, I think, to my other guest last week, that might not have happened had we not had this pandemic. So in a way, it's good to think about what positive things have happened during this year and not just, as you said, be sad. Obviously, it's been horrible for a lot of people, but if you can, try to think of if it's been good for you and what you've learned from this year, I would say.
Exactly. And something else, like I recorded a video today, and I thought to myself, you don't have enough experience to be a pessimist.
Sorry, can you say that again?
You don't have enough experience to be a pessimist. Because you haven't met everyone in the world yet. You've met, 100 people? How many people are on this planet? You've met 100 people who've let you down. There are a billion others who could lift you up. There are a billion others who could comfort you.
Yeah.
You don't have a right to label yourself as a pessimist.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely true. The world is huge. We've only met a small part of it.
Only 100 people, 200.
Yeah. What do we know, right? That's true. That's so true. Yeah. Wow, Ashley. Well, I think, I feel like I've known you. I said this to my other guests as well. It's been interesting meeting new people on Instagram and having a chat about this year and getting to know everyone in different countries. That's what my aim is, to speak to people around the world and see how they've been living this crazy 2020. And I know it's been different for everyone. So you're
I'm
very
not the best
inspiring.
example. Like I said, I like the social distancing. I'm not the best example. Let's do it until 2025, until I get over my breakup.
Okay.
I'm not the best example, guys.
No, I think you're great. I think you're really inspiring. Your YouTube channel is really interesting. You can find Ashley on the Breakup Diaries on YouTube, Ashley Collins. It's really interesting. Fascinating how you've spoken to so many different kinds of people in different fields as well, and their messages that they have as well are quite interesting. So to connect with Ashley, you can meet her on the Breakup Diaries. Correct?
Yeah. You're so nice. Why are you so nice? You're so friendly. You're so friendly and so nice.
Oh, thank you. I enjoy chatting to people. I enjoy meeting people.
Why?
I don't know. I had this idea back I've always been very sociable. When I was young, I was quite shy, but growing up, I became quite sociable, and I've always loved connecting with people and also getting people to meet each other as well, like playing Cupid. That's another story, but
Oh, can you hook me up with someone, please?
I'll let me think about it.
Girl. I'll be nice, I promise. I won't try to fight them, I promise.
Okay. Someone in Australia or in the States?
In Australia, I'll go over there. Because in America,
Okay.
the rules are too bad here. I'll go over there.
Okay. I'm sure I think you'd actually love it here. You'd love it. Everyone's quite laid back and relaxed. Not maybe at the moment, but generally. It's a good lifestyle here. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, actually, well, this is fantastic. And do you have a website, or is focus on Instagram and YouTube, isn't it, at the moment?
Instagram, YouTube. If you have Twitter, it's still the Aunt of Dragon. If you have Facebook,
Okay.
which no one, I feel like everyone's trying to get away from Facebook, but it's still Ashley Collins.
Ashley Collins. Okay.
Yes. I don't have. Oh no, I have TikTok. Oh, I do have TikTok.
Oh.
Do you have TikTok?
I don't. What's that been like? It's quite funny, isn't it? TikTok.
No, you know what? It is silly. It's never anything negative. It's nice and silly, but it's so fun. I don't want to get off of it.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
It's addictive, isn't it? Because when I start watching videos on TikTok, I just laugh my head off, and I just keep going from one to the other, and I can't get off it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, but it's still the Aunt of Dragons if you guys are on there as well. But
Okay.
But yeah,
Great, well,
thank you for this opportunity just to have this discussion. No one ever asked me these kind of questions, so I appreciate.
Aw.
Thank you for trying to. I feel intelligent. Thank you.
Well, I think you're really sweet, and I love how you're on your blog. You're very honest and open. You don't hide anything, and you're very honest with your questions and open. So I think that's something we can all learn from. And I'm going to watch. I've seen quite a few of your videos, but I'm going to watch more and more and get to know all your guests as well around the world and in America, obviously.
I'm gonna come visit you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in Sydney.
So like I said, I have a friend in Australia, but you guys don't know each other. But I'll visit both of you guys.
Come and visit. Once this whole stupid pandemic is over, I will look forward to having you here.
Okay.
I'll take you to the beach.
Oh, okay, cool. That's a bet. Okay.
Okay. Well, I hope you have I'll let you go now, but I hope you have a lovely New Year's. I know that it's going to be probably a little bit different to what you normally do, but it's a lovely New Year's Eve and a happy New Year as well.
You too, girl.
Thanks so much for your time. Take care, Ashley. We'll speak again soon.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks for joining, everyone. See you soon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Ashley. The Aunt of Dragons. You can find her on Instagram and YouTube. What a great chat. And I hope you have a lovely end of the year. We're nearly in January. A couple more days left. And have a safe and happy and healthy 2021. I'll be back then with more episodes. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Ciao.